crews are nearly finished deactivating the second of 3 collections of old mercury-contaminated equipment surrounding a former enrichment facility at the Y-12 National Security Complex. The column exchange, or COLEX structures, are connected to the massive Alpha 4 building, which was originally used for uranium enrichment during World War II. In the 1950s, workers finished installing COLEX equipment at the facility to support lithium separation operations. The separation process required large amounts of mercury, and a significant amount of the mercury was lost into the equipment, buildings, and surrounding soil during that time. Its cleanup is one of EM's top priorities at Y-12. An earlier phase of the COLEX deactivation project retrieved 4.6 tons of mercury from the equipment on the west end of the building. As crews near completion on equipment on the east side of the building, they've captured another 1.25 tons of mercury. The project prevents potential environmental releases and moves EM a step closer to preparing one of Y-12's largest high-risk contaminated facilities for demolition. At ETTP, workers continue making progress excavating an area where a former research and development facility once stood. Their work has filled nearly 400 large shielded containers with contaminated soil from past operations. These containers are being shipped for disposal out of state, while approximately 1,000 truckloads of soil, concrete, and asphalt generated from the project will be disposed at on-site landfills. This work continues EM's progress cleaning and transferring land at ETTP back to the community for reuse as a multi-use industrial park. The buildings in Isotope Row at ORNL were constructed in the 1950s and early 1960s. These buildings previously housed processing operations and stored radioisotopes used for medical purposes worldwide. Today, these contaminated structures no longer support current-day missions and present risks in their deteriorated condition. EM is actively working to eliminate risks associated with these buildings and prepare them for near-term demolition. Workers recently finished mechanical and electrical isolations in the former radioisotope lab building known as Building 3029. They also finished removing asbestos and other waste from other nearby facilities. These efforts complete the first phase of work in the Isotope Row area. The second phase, now underway, involves removing asbestos in Building 3029 and removing other process systems in the area. UCOR recently transitioned to a new waste tracking system that improves how shipments are tracked from work sites to disposal locations. The improvements include an upgraded radio frequency identification tracking system, or RFID, the installation of a new truck scale, and new software. These enhancements allow for a seamless automated tracking operation that delivers up-to-the-minute waste disposal data. With the upgrades, each truck is equipped with a unique RFID card that identifies it in a database. As a vehicle moves between locations, the card logs those moves and registers data within the database. These unique identifiers streamline the process and save time at disposal sites by eliminating the need for manual identification and data input. Eliminating manual inputs also reduces potential for error. Waste management is a major element of EM cleanup operations in Oak Ridge. UCOR has completed more than 120,000 on-site and off-site shipments that account for 1.7 million cubic yards of waste, and it has logged 7.6 million miles safely since it began work in 2011. Stay tuned to see the progress we make next month, and follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter.